name is Adrian Nantchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. Now, the Picture Superiority Effect. The Picture Superiority Effect. What is it and how can we use it? Essentially, we remember content more so when it's in great detail, in vivid, specific detail. For example, I gave this little speech a few months ago now, back in August, I think mid-August, talking about what this brand is all about, Become Remarkable, and I told the story about it, and I gave vivid detail as to where I was travelling and what road I was on and where I was going. And some of the people, there was like 8 or 10 people, they were like, they could visualise the road and the layout and the location in England. And because they could do that, because I gave more vivid, precise detail, they could picture it more and they could appreciate the message more. And therefore it impacted them more, maybe on a subconscious level without most of them even realising, but certainly one or two noticed and they could picture it and imagine in their head. So in your business, in your content, if you can give more specific detail about things, without going over the top of course, there's always a law of diminishing returns. The more detail you can give, the more people can start to have an explicit image in their mind as to who they're dealing with or what it's all about or what's happening. And the more detailed it is, the greater the picture is in their mind, and the greater that picture is, the longer it can last. And in my book, in Attention Avalanche, where I talk about this example, I talk about a story of Mr. Baker actually. He gets up at like 17 minutes past 8, goes to the school, sells some bread, has some awkward moments, stuff like that. And if you can embed vivid, explicit detail into your content, say in your descriptive language, or just in what you're talking about in general, or the instructions, okay, maybe not instructions, but certainly in the language, then people can, or certainly in stories that you tell, people can begin to have a much more rounded, clearer picture as to what you're doing and what the message is. And as that happens, they begin to appreciate it and know, like, and trust it more so. And that is very powerful when it comes to content marketing, because if you can get a message out there, especially a story with the message, and they reconcile that story in their mind, and they can visually see it, then they start to connect with you. Then they start to know, like, and trust you and appreciate you. This is why stories are so profitable these days. Stories. I was looking at Avatar recently. 2009 December, the box office like 2.6 billion, and it's like there's an old saying, and it's true: storytellers never go hungry. And so it's like, in your content, tell stories and be vivid about the detail. Be vivid as to who they are or where you're going. Like I was talking about the origin story of Become Remarkable, and I was talking about how I was driving like northbound on like the A47 road from Peterborough to the East Midlands, and as I mentioned the road, some people could picture it, and I mentioned which junction and where I was going, and I could have gone into much more detail as well, because I went to Tesco's briefly, and I could have mentioned that and stuff like that, but it's like, well, I didn't. But anyway, no matter. But the more vivid detail you can give, the more impact it has on the memory, and the longer people can remember it, the more they can talk about your content, or talk about the principles, or talk about you. You know, it's an excuse to ignite word of mouth, so to speak, and it's like, that has a lot of potential, and you can use that in the future. So, Picture Superiority Effect. We remember a picture of a dog more than the, and then no, this is yeah. We remember a picture of a dog more than the description of it. But the description leads to a clear picture of it. So that's worthwhile understanding. So, we remember the picture of a dog more than just the word dog. That's it. So D-O-G, nothing in our head. If I say pink elephant, oh, it's in your head. If I say brown dog, it's in your head. If I say dog, nothing there. If I say just say dog, but I give you a picture of a dog, you're more likely to remember the dog and the picture more so than just the description of it. Now, if it's just a vague, broad description, those don't go very far. So remember that. So in the future, the question of the day is, how are you applying the picture superiority effect into your business? How are you applying the picture superiority effect in your business? Comment below, I'm very curious. In the meantime, however, remember that this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and press the bell notification right next to it for the latest uploads. How cool is that?